almost non-existent. It almost seems as though they've changed their patterns. I don't know if it's due to feed, what they're feeding on or what. We stuck in a few pictures, some does and fawns, some small bucks. This morning we're back in this blind that we started the whole season at. I've hunted this blind 3 times. I've only seen 1 deer. Everybody else has hunted and seen multiple deer. So there have been some does and fawns coming in here regular, a lot more regular than anywhere else. But haven't had a chance to be able to harvest one. I was kind of trying to just look for a buck now, but if a decent doe comes in here, probably take a shot at her and try to put another deer in the freezer. So it's a lot warmer this morning than it was yesterday morning. This morning it was up around 48 degrees. Yesterday it was about 27. So I don't know. There's supposed to be some rain moving in this afternoon, so maybe these deer will move before that rain shows up. We're going to try to hang in here for a decent while. See if something shows up. My son Jordan, he's hunting a piece of property across the street from our house that in a straight line from here, it's probably only 400 or 500 yards away, maybe 600 yards. Same thing over there. There's been a lot of fawns and does coming in there, but just a couple small bucks. So I would guess we're probably a couple weeks away from these bucks really starting to move, getting ready for the rut. So we'll hang out here for a while and see if we can't get lucky and have something show up. Shooting out this blind anyway.
Your arrow just came down from the sky. I think he shot underneath it.
You think I shot where?
Underneath.
Well, I just got a text from Jordan that he shot a doe over there where I said he was hunting, about 500 yards away. So we're gonna hang out here till probably about 9:30 or so. This morning I was gonna stay in here longer than that because these deer have been moving a little later. But I'll probably stick in here till about 9:30 or so, and then head in home, get changed, and go look for his deer. You know, he's filming with GoPros over there, so should be able to get a look at how the shot looks. He thought the shot was pretty decent. He said maybe a touch high, but it happens pretty quick. Sometimes you can misjudge that stuff. So we'll get it checked out. Hopefully got ourselves a deer down over there. But we'll stick in here. Hopefully maybe we can get another deer down. And have 2 of them down before we call it a morning. So next time you see us, we'll probably be checking in with him and seeing what things look like as far as his shot. Start tracking his doe.
shot her. She took off that way and stood there for a couple minutes. And then did, oh, I'm gonna get out of here, and took off. So, I don't know. We'll see. We're back over here where I just shot this doe over here this morning. They came in, probably right out through where them trees are. Came in there. Mama and Fawn started feeding around. And Mama started going to the right and then started feeding back to the left. So I drew on her, shot, passed through. She took off, maybe ran 20 yards, stood there, then took off again. I thought I maybe heard a crash, not sure for 100%. Then that fawn came back and fed all the way up to me, just right over there beside the blind, about 2 yards from me, and then fed away. So we'll go look at the arrow, see what she looks like.
Where's it just under the rat?
There's one right there.
Well, dried pretty good right now. A little hard to tell, but
You smell it?
I don't know.
She was standing right in there.
What window did you shoot out of? The
The
long
long one.
Kinda smells.
Hmm?
Kinda smells. But I mean, she was kinda quartering away a little bit.
Which way did you go?
That one. She was probably right in here. And she went and stood over there. And she just,
Stood over where?
like by that big tree maybe.
I got blood. Oh, we can stop looking. She's right there. Here she is.
Little sense of relief.
A little bit. After only finding 2 drops of blood.
Back a little bit, bud.
Yeah.
caught the very back of the lung. Let's see where it came out in front. Oh, it stayed back. See, he couldn't have been quartering at all or deflected. But yeah, you might have nicked the back of the lungs, but regardless,
That deer.
I'd say that's last year's deer, maybe. Yep. She right there. She ain't none too big.
Yeah.
But
It's bigger than the other one.
you know what they say?
I'm
She'll be good.
I mean, she only went 50 yards, 60 yards
Not even
maybe.
50 yards from where he shot it.
Yeah.
In a straight line, maybe 50 yards.
I thought the
Can't say
arrow.
it didn't go 20,
Can't say didn't go 20.
but you can say it didn't go 60.
Didn't go 60.
Well, it happened pretty quick tonight when it finally did happen. I had two big does come up into this food plot. And they were hanging out here around 50 yards, and one doe moved in to right near 40. I ranged her a couple times and she was right at 40, 40.2. And so I felt really comfortable and I let the shot go, and I know I hit her and hit her well. My arrow's right over here, and I mean it's covered in blood and it looks to be lung blood to me. There's some bubbles on the fletching, so we just got to find out where we went from here, because the two deer were pretty close together and I thought I was on the deer I shot after I shot, but I think I got over onto the other deer when they both took off out of here. And I did watch them run across this edge of this field and cut into the woods. So nothing else, we can get over on that wood line and really scour down through there and find, there's a bunch of weeds through there, and hopefully find blood on there and pick up the track over there and go. But yeah, I'm pretty confident that it was a pretty good shot.
There's last blood. The first stuff was up there.
Other stuff is over there.
No blood. Hey, we're going up there.
There you go. There she is. Man,
Tough
cracking.
There's more blood.
What a shot. Come out of blood.
What the?
That's it.
She was quartering that hard?
I didn't think so. Big doe. I did make a good shot.
It's not bad.
What do you call that?
You should have been up here.
Hey, 41 yards, man. I ain't never shot a deer that
That
far
is a
away.
big doe,
That
and
is
we're
a
not
big
that far
doe.
from the side by side.
I know, that's the beauty of it all, boys. That's what I'm talking about. Shebang!
Whew. We gotta get some better blood trails going on here, boys.
Yeah, well, this is giving us good practice for what it takes to track them when they don't bleed much. I mean, that's a good entrance. I mean, that's got to be lungs, but I don't know if it
Maybe
hit.
only one lung though.
Yeah, I don't know if it hit and deflected and come out way back there, but that's just strange to me. So, but hey,
That's dead.
somebody
That's
told
what
me.
she did.
Somebody said we need to get another one because that other one, we hate to get everything dirty for
Exactly.
that one.
Yeah, that's a nice
She's
size
not a
doe.
giant doe, but she's a nice doe.
That's bigger than the last doe you shot.
I don't know about that.
Alrighty.
Jordan, get your golf gloves on. You need practice. Well, we found her. Once again, not a great blood trail. We're really struggling this year with blood trails. Nice doe. Not the biggest doe in the world for certain, but nice doe. Helped contribute to the freezer meat. I'd say, you know, when I shot her, I watched her good, and she didn't. She stood for a minute out in the weeds, and I didn't find any blood in that area. And you know, luckily, I don't know if it was Jordan or Jake, one of the two found blood. I think it was Jordan out in the field where they'd taken off and went to. And so, fortunately enough, we started that trail and we tracked her pretty decent. Every once in a while, it got pretty thin and did spread out. But you know, for whatever reason, we're just struggling with getting good blood trails. We've tried numerous different broadheads, and we're gonna figure something out and get a little better, a little easier. That, or I guess it's just train us to be better trackers. But it's a much bigger relief when you get to the end and you find it here, and you're able to, you know, close the story, because it just, as I told you before when I shot that other doe this year, it's very discerning when you can't find them, because that's once again not what we're out here for. We're out here to harvest these deer and put them in the freezer. So this is my second doe. This will put me down to one tag left that I can shoot a buck or a doe. So probably pretty for certain until we get out to muzzleloader season, it's bucks only for me is what I'm gonna be looking for now. So we have a trip planned that we're heading to Montana elk hunting end of November. So you know, I don't know how much more hunting we'll get in before then. We'll get some in, but we get close time to go. We can't have deer hanging in the cooler. Head for Montana, so we'll get her cleaned up here and get her to the house and skinned out, and this will be number 2 in the cooler today. So a good day here for us, and we'll see you the next time we make a trip to the woods.